The following is quotes and commentary of Studies in Pessimism by Arthur Schopenhauer. Unless suffering is our primary goal in life, our existence fails at fulfilling its purpose. Our consolation is the thought of other people who are in worse plight than yourself. If the lives of men were relieved of all need, hardship, and adversity, their success would swell them with such arrogance that would cause them to go mad. If the world were a paradise of luxury and ease, a land flowing with milk and honey, men would either die of boredom or hang themselves. Or there would be wars, massacres, and murders, so that in the end, mankind would inflict more suffering on itself than it has endured from nature. In youth, as we contemplate our coming life, we are like excited children in the theater waiting for the curtain to be raised. The longer we live, however, the more we realize that life is a disappointment, a cheat. When men who were friends in their youth meet again after being separated for a long time, the main feeling they will have is disappointment in life as a whole. Life is a task to be done, and wouldn't a man rather have enough sympathy to spare the next generation from the burden of existence? The happiness of any given life is to be measured not by its joys and pleasure, but by the extent to which it has been free from suffering. The future exercises such a powerful influence upon all that man does. This is the real origin of his cares, hopes, and fears. When the brute is in pain, it is as though it were suffering for the first time. It has no power of summoning feelings, hence its careless and placid temper. The life of the brute makes a necessity of luxury in all its forms and its accompanying boredom. Man will try to escape his misery of having nothing to do by rushing in all directions in search of something to relieve his boredom. There is one respect where brutes show real wisdom compared to us, their quiet, placid enjoyment of the present moment and tranquility of mind. It often puts us to shame due to the way in which we ruminate on our thoughts that make us become restless and discontented. In the same way, evil presses upon the brute only with its own intrinsic weight, whereas with us, the fear of it coming often makes its burden 10 times more grievous. It's natural to embrace that the greatest wisdom is to make the enjoyment of the present moment the supreme object of life, since that is the only reality. All else is the mere play of thought. A man is never happy, but spends his whole life striving after something that he thinks will make him so. To gain anything we have longed for is to discover how vain and empty it is. We view the present as something to be put up with and serves as nothing but the means to our goal. How insatiable a creature is man. Every goal he attains just lays the seeds to some new desire. None but the Abrahamic religions look upon suicide as a crime, which is astonishing since no text can be found which approves or disapproves of it in neither the New nor the Old Testament. There is nothing in the world to which every man has a more unassailable title than to his own life and person. As far as you are an individual, death will be the end of you, but individuality is not your true or inmost being. A man who is worth anything finds society so insipid, while a blockhead is quite at home in it. This is a result of the artificial method of education, getting your head crammed with general ideas before you have any extended acquaintance with the world as it is, as you may see it for yourself. Without women, the beginning of your life would be helpless, the middle devoid of pleasure, and the end of consolation. Woman is not meant to undergo great labor of mind or body. The keenest of sorrows and joys are not for her, nor is she called upon to display great strength. Women are directly fitted for being the nurses and teachers of our early childhood by the fact that they themselves are childish, frivolous, and short-sighted. In a word, they are big children all their life long. Women have a striking effect as for a few years, at the expense of the rest of her life, so that during those years they may capture the fancy of some man. A man reaches maturity of his reasoning powers hardly before the age of 28, a woman at 18. However, in the case of woman, it is only reason of a sort, ungenerous and lazy in its dimensions. That is why women remain children their whole life long, never seeing anything but what is close to them, taking appearance for reality, and preferring trifles to matters of most importance. In their hearts, women think it is men's business to earn money and theirs to spend it, if possible during their husband's life, but at any rate after his death. Women like to take the shortest way to their goal and in general fox their eyes on what lies before them, while we, as a rule, see far beyond it just because it is in front of our noses. The fundamental fault of the female is that she has no sense of justice. This is because they are defective in the powers of reason and deliberation. This is also traceable to the position nature has given them of the weaker sex. They are dependent not upon strength, but on craft. Hence they have their instinctive capacity for cunning and ineradicable tendency to say what is not true. Like nature has gifted lions with claws, so too has the woman been gifted with the art of dissimulation. In fact, they are so quick to sense dissimulation in others that it is unwise to attempt it with them. Their sole duty is the propagation of the species, and to take affairs of the species more seriously than those of the individual. This is the polar opposite of man. The man who goes up in a balloon does not feel as if he is ascending. He feels as if the earth is sinking deeper under him,